ChatGPT now serves 900 million users every week, and Google has embedded its Gemini models into almost every corner of its workspace. The scale of this adoption is staggering. Because of that sheer volume, most researchers now default to whichever brand name is closest to their cursor, treating the search bar as a one-size-fits-all solution for every task. Defaulting to a creative brainstorming tool for a technical verification task often leads to professional hallucinations, presenting a fabricated statistic as a verified fact. In 2026, professional accuracy depends on matching the specific platform to the exact type of evidence your task requires. On the left, traditional search returns disconnected links, requiring you to synthesize everything yourself. On the right, AI synthesizes information up front into a single consolidated answer. This leaves you as a strict auditor, checking the citation lines for every claim. This is answer engine optimization. Trusting these summaries without verification creates a massive downstream risk for any professional project. Navigating this requires a new set of metrics. We have to evaluate our search tools based on their citation strictness and their flexibility within a live workflow. When viewed through that lens, it becomes clear that the four dominant search engines are actually built for entirely different types of work. We can map these tools onto a four-row matrix, starting with Perplexity. In this stack, Perplexity acts as the verifier. Perplexity is designed for narrow, factual queries that demand absolute proof and clear source visibility. It delivers clean, synthesized answers where every claim is directly tied to the original source. Its limitation is geographic. Perplexity relies heavily on English-language web results, restricting its utility for international data projects. The second row belongs to ChatGPT Search, or the iterative creator. This tool excels at conversational follow-ups and complex formatting requests, such as converting a research thread into a structured CFO memo. The outcome is a workable draft or deliverable that is already formatted for your specific audience. ChatGPT's trade-off is a weaker citation discipline. There is a constant risk that it will blend live web results with its own historical training data. Because of this blend, you must manually verify its specific claims before moving them into a high-stakes professional setting. Perplexity is required when citations are the final product, while ChatGPT dominates when the research needs to be heavily manipulated and rewritten. Third is Google AI Mode, the default consumer. Google leverages its massive infrastructure to create an immediate ecosystem advantage. This row is optimized for broad, multimodal, or local queries that you execute as part of your existing browsing habit. The result is a frictionless answer, pulling from Google's structured data across maps, flights, and your workspace. The trade-off is limited control. The AI triggers based on Google's internal logic, providing incomplete summaries that still require you to scroll through traditional links. Our final tool is Philo, categorized as the global researcher. Philo is built for complex topics that cross international borders, non-English regulatory environments, or academic databases. It performs simultaneous retrieval across more than 30 languages, translating and synthesizing global findings into your native language. Philo is overkill for a standard factual lookup. Its interface is more complex and geared toward deep dive research rather than quick answers. Even with its global reach, you are still responsible for auditing the original sources for any high-stakes claim. Google wins on pure convenience, but Philo is mandatory for professionals who need to break out of the English-only research bubble. To apply this, use this decision tree to map your daily tasks directly to the most efficient engine. If your primary need is verifiable facts and rigid citations, route the task strictly to Perplexity. If you need to draft a written deliverable or reformat a complex dataset, use ChatGPT Search. For projects requiring global context, international regulation, or academic research, Philo is the correct choice. Attempting to force these tools down the wrong path, like using ChatGPT for citation-heavy research, will actively degrade your productivity. Advanced users avoid limiting themselves to a single tool. They stack these platforms to offset individual blind spots. The Power workflow starts with a query in Philo to capture the widest possible pool of global findings and international evidence. You then move those cross-lingual findings into ChatGPT to iterate the data into a polished email, memo, or outline.
Switching between applications adds a few extra seconds to the process, but it allows the strengths of one platform to cover the specific blind spots of another. Ultimately, the most valuable search engine is the one that provides the specific evidence your decision requires.